Hello traders, it's Sunday, January 27th. This is Lee McMahon with your weekend moving average video. As I did last week, I'm going to do a top-down analysis of one particular pair over the weekend. Since I do the Friday moving average video, there's not a lot that changes between Friday and Sunday since the markets are closed. So I'm going to do one pair from monthly to weekly to daily and get a sort of longer-term perspective of what we're looking at. So, let us begin. Please pause the recording to read the risk disclaimer, and then we'll get started. Alright, so today we are going to do Aussie dollar. So we're starting with the monthly chart of Aussie dollar. You can see that since this 110 peak back in 2011, we've been just kind of chopping sideways, which you can take to view as bullish consolidation before a move higher. That is certainly a distinct possibility. The one thing that bulls at this level, where we're sitting right now, 104.20, should be concerned at is these last two monthly candles have shown strong rallies up to the 105.80 or so level before solid rejections. You can see even this last since July, August, September, October, November, December, January, we failed to get above this level, and in fact we've rejected off of it a bunch of times. So that suggests that any sort of upward momentum is waning. Very distinct possibility that we're going to start to move lower to maybe test the bottom of this consolidation right around 97 or so. So a significant decline if we can't get above current levels. So if we drop down to the weekly chart, might give us a slightly better look at, you can see bearish weekly candle. In order to really start to accelerate to the downside though, we're going to need to clear this 50 week EMA, which is currently sitting right around 103.60 or so. It's 103.59. We get a close below there, which also is a close here below this swing low. Could really start to see a little bit of some acceleration to the downside. Again, you can see where we're locked in here. Very tight range trading right now in Aussie dollar and longer term charts. If we draw a trend line here, you can see it's sort of a difficult trend line to draw, but this actually gives us 1, 2, 3 touches, and we're right near it now. So this level that we're coming up on is huge. If we get a weekly close below this level, next is 101.80, and below 101.80 really takes us down to around maybe even sub parity, where this 200-week EMA is sitting at around 97. So if we drop down to the daily chart, you can see this allows us to draw this trend line a little bit more precisely. So we're testing it right now. Major test. We finished the week above that trend line, which is big. You can also see we have pivot support here. They're below that 150 and 100 day EMA, still above that 200 EMA. Spikes down to test this 200 EMA, certainly a distinct possibility. If we close below this trend line, that really opens up significant downside. Other possibility is that we see a spike lower to test that 200, and then a rally, mini rally, back up to test the bottom of this trend line before a move lower. If we do test and bounce from this 200, I will be looking to add to existing shorts on a retest of this trend line. Right now, as we sit right here on this trend line, this is a major week now for Aussie dollar. Daily close below this trend line really starts to expose some really major downside movement as we've sort of failed to break above this area. Technically right now this is an ascending triangle, which is a bullish formation, but this sell-off and this failure to get above really sort of has to be a warning sign for Aussie bulls. Euro Aussie, which we're not going to look at, but I mentioned in the Friday video, also a distinct warning to Aussie bulls as it looks to be breaking out. So major week ahead for Aussie dollar. We'll drop down to the 4-hour chart. You can see just a real major sell-off, bearish moving average crossover. At this point, rallies from this trend line, you have to look at selling opportunities right around here. Previous swing low, 200 EMA, pivots resistance. So this rallies up to this area. Look right now to be selling opportunities. You can see we also have the 50% fib thrown in there. So that's a major area, right around 104.90. If we get up there early in the week, which I tend to doubt that we will, look for selling opportunities up there. But again, if we jump back up to the monthly chart, these repeated failures at this level, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, back-to-back bearish hammers, really want to be concerned about where you're looking to go long Aussie dollar. I hope that's useful. If you have any questions, of course, don't hesitate to contact us. But dollar bull or Aussie dollar bulls, all risk bulls should also be cautious as well. If Aussie starts to pull back down to this area, look for equities and other dollar pairs to match that pullback. All right, I hope that's useful. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I look forward to chatting with you guys in the chat room this week. All right, have a good one.